I saw a mother
Mm-hmm.
who was pulled out of the Rio Grande River
Mm.
with her infant in her arms,
Mm.
and her 9-year-old was dead, and
Mm.
she like was sobbing and crying. And
Right.
on my brain, I'm thinking, dude, how dare you put your kids through that, you idiot?
Yeah, this is the famous picture of the dad and the daughter who was dead in the Rio Grande. Here's the picture. Oh, not that. Here's the picture of the facilities right now. These are all parents with maybe parents, I don't know, with babies. Some of these
No, those
ca-
are all UA. Those are all UA. Those are all UACs. They've got them all separated. Those are all
unaccompanied
children.
minors. Wow. But some of these cages are like Ted Cruz said, all babies and toddlers. And like this administration is laughing at this shit. Like, well, I don't know, not today. I'm not going there today. Man, I'm so pissed off at this shit. But let's just list them. I saw you have notes here. Let's first off, you mentioned earlier schools. This scary thing, they're impacted by adults pretending to be minors. According to National Review here, adult illegal immigrants posing as children to enroll in high school. Adult illegal immigrants posing as unaccompanied alien children appear to be attempting to enroll public high schools. Officials in Lynn. This is in Massachusetts, by the way. Massachusetts. Imagine how much worse it is in states like California, New Mexico, Arizona. But here's the quote that's the killer. Some of them have had gray hair and they're telling you that they're 17 years old and they have no documentation. And Lynn's mayor's chief of staff tells the NRO, if my children went to those public schools, she says but those public schools, I'd feel very uncomfortable with these unaccompanied air quote minors that are placed in ninth grade. They're claim to be 17, placed in ninth grade because of their scholastic level or whatever. That's a big big difference. Someone with gray hair pretending to be a freshman in high school. And this actually does segue into something I wanted to bring up, which actually is the where is it? The illegal immigrants rate in crime, also by the National Review. Let's share this again. So, um, okay, according to the Arizona Department of Corrections, between 85 and 2017, lot calculates immigrants in Arizona aged 18 to 35 are 250% more likely to commit crimes than young U.S. citizens. Um, this is a big one, such as murder, robbery, and sexual assault. So we're sticking 17 people with gray hair pretending to be 17 into ninth grade with 13 and 14-year-old girls and having them like have it together. Imagine if any of these girls walk home from school and stuff. Again, do it for our kids. Stand up for our kids. Don't let our kids be crammed in these classrooms with 60 other kids with these freaking gray-haired posing to be 17-year-olds. It's ridiculous. Oh, bro, you're muted.
No shit. No wonder. I was talking. I was like, why are you ignoring me?
What did we miss?
No, it's all good, dude. I was like, speak it, man. Speak the truth to power. Speak the truth to power.
Yes, sir. Yeah, crime rates 250% higher among illegal immigrants than U.S. citizens.
Texas official believes illegals are renting kids to cross the border, and
Ah,
that's on CBS News. So that's literally a Dallas news station
okay.
saying this. So,
Yep.
man, I
Well,
don't know, man.
I have to share this then, because this is what happens coming across the border. We talked about this before, but the rape trees. Trees were these, like, there's blood on this outfit here. Like, these poor girls who are being shipped across the border by these coyotes, or they're getting raped, and then when they get across the border, they're human trafficked. That's why adults are being separated from children at these border facilities, because they don't have any documentation. We don't know who is being human trafficked, and we don't know who it is actually coming with their parents.
You know, and in all honesty, too, dude, like any parent who sends their children on this crazy journey, this Wild West journey without them, like doesn't deserve their children, man. Like they bro, like even parents who make this journey with their children, if
Mm-hmm.
their children are too young, they don't deserve to have their children, man. They're piece of shit parents, dude. Like today I saw a mother
Mm-hmm.
who was pulled out of the Rio Grande River
Mm,
with her infant in her arms,
mm,
and her 9-year-old was dead, and
mm,
she like was sobbing and crying, and
right.
in my brain I'm thinking, dude, how dare you put your kids through that, you idiot.
Yeah, this is the famous picture of the dad and the daughter who's dead in the Rio Grande. Here's the picture. Oh, not that. Here's the picture of the facilities right now. These are all parents with, maybe parents, I don't know, with babies. Some of these
No,
cage,
those are all UACs. They've got them all separated. Those are all
unaccompanied
children.
minors. Wow. But some of these cages are, like Ted Cruz said, all babies and toddlers. And like, this administration is laughing at this shit. Like, well, I don't know, not today. I'm not going there today. And I'm so pissed off at this shit.
Frustrating because like a lot of people nowadays are just going along with their everyday jobs now. Like they're getting back to work, they're coming back from the pandemic and the lockdowns. They just want to get back to their lives and paying their bills. So things like this are just going to be shoved under the rug. Just like every single news cycle tries to forget any of the elite's mistakes in the last news cycle. Like, for example, Cuomo. I'm not going to jump into that, but like, how come nobody is talking about how he helped kill so
16,000.
many seniors? Like, how come that news cycle has already moved on? Like, how is that even possible that nobody's talking about Whitmer and that she did the exact same thing?
And
How's
Newsom.
nobody talking about how like her attorney general didn't do her investigative job in finding out what Whitmer did in Michigan, not just with the the uh, the senior homes, but also with the election integrity situation, because everybody that came out against uh, um, what call it Dominion in
Right.
Michigan,
Yeah.
like there was that whole court proceeding in front of the House legislature there in Michigan, right? And nothing happened. How on earth is the attorney general just not gonna like even consider it? There's
Mhm.
some weird shit going on, man. Everything is backwards right now, bro.
So, we know why it's a problem for the immigrants coming across the border. Obviously, it's not healthy, and people are dying in the desert. More about the U.S. I just came across this other article. I think I should share too. According to the Washington Examiner, um, illegal immigration leads to 2,200 deaths, 118,000 rapes, 138,000 assaults nationally. This was posted in 2018. So these numbers are based off of numbers when Trump was in office. This is going to shoot up too. So, you know, these are American citizens.
Bro, like that the 118,000 rapes pisses me off, man.
Yeah,
That
and
is
a lot of them are probably people in high school with these people with gray hair who are pretending to be 17-year-olds.
that's why I'm teaching my son right now Brazilian jiu-jitsu so that when he
Mhm,
gets old enough to like bust some of these fucking knucklehead skulls,
mhm.
he'll make sure that he takes care of these girls, man. He's gonna
Good.
be this like knight in shining armor when he grows up, my son. You'll see, dude.
Yeah,
Because, dude,
good.
he already knows everything about what's going on politically. This is what our job is, man. As
As
parents,
parents.
as
Yeah.
dads in the liberty movement.
I think we covered the perfect amount of ground for this first episode on immigration. I think
Ooh, yeah.
the landing of the plane, though, I think is just a call to action. Is like, what do we do? And one is continue awareness campaigns. Start talking about it. Don't be afraid to insult anyone because you're just speaking the truth. And stop voting Democrat. Like, California is what it is because of their policies and what they've been doing with immigration, and we don't want that to go countrywide. What do you got?
What I got is calling every single patriot that you know, getting a couple backpacks together, getting some MREs together, grabbing your iron, if you know what I'm saying, putting it in your holster, making sure it's locked and loaded with the
uh,
lock, making sure that you're agreeing with all the interstate commerce laws, and get your ass to Texas and Arizona and New Mexico. Like now, dude, and stand there, just camp out in the middle of the desert, man. Literally just patch up. That's really what I think needs to be done. They're doing some shisty street level organizing to make this happen. They did it in Georgia for the election. They did it in Pennsylvania. They did it in Michigan. They're doing it in Texas over the border. They're doing it in California. They've been doing it in California for years. That's why California is in the shit state it's in. But we need to get to the border, man. I know that sounds far fetched, man, but it's the same way as saying, oh, we need to start our own social network. That sounded far fetched
Donald Trump's doing it.
years ago too, but now that has to happen for conservatives. We need to start bringing all of our families in caravans. They want to do a caravan to the United States. We need to do a caravan around the country to the border and make sure that they hear us all the way down in South America and say, you're not welcome here. You need to go back to where the fuck you come from. Go fix your own, dude.
Coyotes are making a lot of money bringing these people hundreds of
At
miles through the
least,
desert.
at least when my at least when my mom came here from South America, she came here with an education. She
Hmm.
came here with food and clothes and money. You know,
And did it
she
legally.
actually came here with something, skills. And skills. That's the most important thing. You don't come here with no skills, dude.
Hmm.
What is that, man? You come here with no money, no skills, no home. What do you? Of course, now we have to give you everything, bro, or else you're gonna be homeless. But wait, G. Willikers, Batman. What about all the homeless here in the United States, dude?
Especially veterans.
They're all sleeping in the streets right now in San Jose, San Diego, Los Angeles, San
Mhm.
Francisco, New York, New Jersey, Delaware, where this piece of shit president is from. They're all over the place homeless. Florida, not so much in Texas, ironically. I don't know what, man. I don't know what the deal is, man. It makes me like tear up. It makes me so angry to think that like we've got Americans suffering right now and our fucking government is giving money to people that just got here.
Yep. It hurts. Thinking about it
It
hurts.
hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah. Well, just what you're saying of people going to the border armed, it's inevitable because what's actually also happening at these towns close to the border is there's people who have property that people are just walking through, and there's people having their garages broken into because people just trying to get some shelter. There's people whose homes are being broken into because these people who've been trekked across the desert for hundreds of miles just need some shelter. need water. They need food. Um, so there's all these lives at risk that is just our current administration is not doing anything about it because it's and this is I guess an important thing to do too. It's more votes for the left because Biden sent the invitation, so they'll probably in this like the state of California, for example, well, they never check your ID. They'll keep voting blue. Um, it's it's more cheap labor for these selfish like Gavin Newsom, for example. I'm sure he does not use people of the legal variety working as wineries. That's a huge problem in the state of California. Um, yeah, so just keep talking about it, and if you're up for it, meet him at the border.
And if you're Hispanic, do what I do and call one of your fellow Hispanic friends by phone in front of a mass group of people and just start talking about the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and liberty in
America.
Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously. I mean, they want to brainwash us with constant ads and constant ads and constant ads and constant commercials and in Instagram feeds and Facebook feeds and all these fact checking things and these censorships and everything like that. Okay, we can do that too. We can do that vocally, verbally. We can do that in person. We can do that like they did in the old school days. That still works, you know, the mouth in person.
Yep.
Nobody can tell you if you're on the phone, excuse me, you can't say that. Fuck you. I can say anything I want to this person I'm on the phone with, mother.
I feel like we landed the plane on immigration. Anything you want to tag onto it before we wrap up shop?
Yeah, check out our partners, Epoch Times, Roman Balkamov with the Epoch Times, and then Michael Lewis with the Eye Opener News. They've got a lot of really good factual statistical analysis on what happens daily, Monday through Friday. So they're pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I believe they even do it on Saturdays, but I get a lot of my information from them. I also get a lot of my information from liberal sites like The Hill, like MSN.com, like Al Jazeera. I also read a lot of BBC. I also look at a lot of Sky News from Australia. I read a lot of news from South America. And that's the way I stay informed, man, because if you start aggregating all your news from one site, like the way I used to on Drudge Report or on like on just on Fox, for example, you
Get a
get into
bias.
this like
Yeah.
you get into this like narrow-minded like wormhole that like you literally start believing in the bullshit. And it's tough to swallow watching CNN and MSNBC. It's disgusting. I get in a bad mood after watching it, or while I watch it, or like I'll be told that I pause it too much, and I don't realize that. And then I'll look back, and the reason why I'm pausing it is because every single 5 seconds they'll say a lie, and I want to pause it for that second that they're lying, so that I can save that for later. Because it's crazy how much they lie. Like just on my YouTube channel, I have you know how you can separate folders.
Yeah.
I have a folder just for lies for Biden, another folder just for lies by the media, another folder just for lies by documentaries. That it's never ending, man. These people lie through their teeth. Anyway.
Yeah.
But
All that
anyway,
being
so
said,
it's wise to get your news from multi angles, man. That was really important. I wanted to kind of
no, that's good.
express.
That's really good. And actually, if you want to find a lot of good sources of information, you can do so on projectgivashit.com, which will be linked to in the description below.